So I'm still bored waiting for new toys to arrive, so here's a review of a toy that I did a text review on a while back. This is Transformers Generation 2 Dreadwing and Smokescreen. Not to be confused with Dreadwind, or Darkwings, or Darkwind. But anyway, so this guy's been released about 4 different times in many different lines, in different color schemes, and in my opinion, this is probably the best colors that have ever been applied to this toy. With Robot Masters, Gigant Bomb, and Smoke Sniper coming in a close second. But, you know, it looks really good with the dark blue, with the clear red highlights, and also the turquoise. And as you can see, Darkwing and Smokescreen together are a big old stealth bomber, kind of inspired by the B-2 bomber. And as you can also see, he is really loaded with missiles. He comes with 14 altogether, and that's one of the problems with trying to get this guy. Second hand is getting all the missiles. And, you know, the kid in me feels kind of proud that I was able to keep all those missiles over the years. So, starting off, he's got some very basic features. I mean, he has landing gear, but his Gatling gun actually drags on the ground, and so it doesn't really roll that well in plane mode. The really boring thing you can do with the wing missiles is you can push the button on the side and they drop off like bombs, but, you know, it's not quite as exciting as the big Gatling gun on the bottom. And also, what you do when you get these two guys is you can split them apart, and you're supposed to be able to have it so that when you pull out Smokescreen here, the wings on Dreadwing fold up. Unfortunately, I can't seem to get it so that the switch works anymore. It's just kind of, I guess it's just a little old or something. So I'm just going to cheat and put my finger in here and pull the switch manually. And the wings come up. I'm going to set him aside for now, and we'll focus on the little Smokescreen here. Smokescreen is probably one of the better jet transformers out there because he's actually, you know, pretty sleek. I think that owes partially to the fact that he's kind of a made-up design, although slightly inspired by the X-15. But yeah, he's a pretty cool little guy. He's very powerful missile launchers. I mean, these things are really good for their time. This is, you know, when they transitioned from G1 to G2, they figured they could actually make missiles that worked again. And he's a pretty simple little transformer. He's totally got Macross Valkyrie feet. Oh look, gearwalk mode. I don't know. Yeah, so he's pretty easy to transform. And many people have noted that he's very similar to the Energon Starscream mold. Although he is not, in fact, the same toy remolded. They are two different toys that just happen to transform the same. So, Smokescreen's cool. He's got the awesome red light piping. He's pretty posable, especially for a G2 toy. One problem with him is that he is a little bow-legged just because of the way his transformation works, with his legs folding around the sides of the plane mode, and he can hold little rifles. Very cool. And with Dreadwing in this form, what you do is you just kind of fold these around, although be careful not to bump the button there that launches the missile. And let's see if I can actually bring this around without spilling the missiles out, because they don't actually lock in. Flip down the landing gear, and you push a little button, and the tread folds out. Of course, you have to go all the way and lock it in place, so it's not fully automatic. And now Dreadwing is a tank thing. Well, I mean, it's got treads, it's got these panels on the side, which could be armor, and it's technically got a turret. So, yeah, it's a tank. A stealth tank. And then I'm going to take a time in this mode to show off the awesome Gatling gun. And what you do is you just take this and you just rotate it. And all the missiles launch one after the other. And this is the height of toy technology, mid-90s. And I'm just going to continue on and transform him to robot mode. Just fold the treads back in. Unlock the arms from the top part. You bring down the whole front section, and you can just kind of detach the legs from their pegs. Dreadwing doesn't really have a gearwalk mode, sadly. And then you fold up this panel on the side here and swing in the whole mounting arm for the Gatling gun. And this gives you space to totally make one of the missiles fall off. And you just snap his legs in place. Fold his legs out, flip his feet down. Stand him up. Bring this part up, flip his head up. And bring the Gatling gun up. And flip his arms out to the side. And pull up these armor panels. And there you go. It's Dreadwing. He's a really big, burly robot, and he's still very posable. He's got, you know, arm swivels and elbows, universal joints in his arms, and in his legs he's got pretty good ball joints. And his head turns. And you can see he's totally got the red light piping. So he's pretty cool. He can also hold one of the little missile rifles if you want. Although I prefer just leaving them with Smokescreen. These guys were a great pair. Just like really a total sleeper hit as far as the G2 line is concerned. And unfortunately it's kind of hard to get these guys nowadays because, you know, surprisingly enough, they are kind of old now. But, you know, even if you can't find the G2 one, you should definitely get a copy of these two. Be it Dreadwing and Smoke Jumper, Starscream and BB from Beast Wars 2, or Gigant Bomb and Smokescreen from Robot Masters. They're definitely worth it.